Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson of grammar, always about the English sentence and its structure. As you know that in English usually the fundamental structure of the English sentence is as follows. We find first the subject, then the verb. Right, that's English. The subject, then the verb. But sometimes this structure is reversed. Right, it means we find the subject coming after the verb. The verb here precedes and comes before the subject. This case in which the subject comes after the verb is called inversion. Inversion. Right, so inversion when the order of the main elements of a sentence is reversed. Instead of finding subject then verb, we find first verb, then its subject after it. In fact, we have many cases, right, which, if you can say, are involved in the use of inversion. Right, the use of inversion. And most of them, of course, are meant to emphasize a particular idea or a particular notion in a sentence. Now let's start detailing and explaining these cases one by one. The cases of inversion. Cases of inversion at the level of the English sentence. The first case is in questions. What they are? Yes, no questions, WH questions, or also tag questions. So usually in English, with the interrogative structure, we find the verb, right, whether it is main verb sometimes or auxiliary verb, coming before the subject. Coming before subject. For example, in the case of yes, no questions, we say, for example, did he come? Did he come? So here, as you see, did is verb, auxiliary verb. Right, it comes before subject, he. Now, in case of WH question, why did he come? Here also we have WH word, then verb before subject, he. Also with the case of tag questions, he came, didn't he? He came, didn't he? So, didn't he here is a tag question. So here, did comes before the subject, he. Right, subject, he. So usually in the interrogative structure in English, we find the verb before subject. Here, but we have two exceptions here. Especially with the WH question word, who or what. Who and what when they are used as subjects. Right, when the who or what are used to ask question about subject, here we find the traditional and the common order, which is who or what as subject plus the verb. Clear? For example, I say, who broke the glass? So who is subject and the broke is the verb. So here there is no inversion because who acts as subject. Also, what polluted the earth? What polluted the earth? So here also we find what acting as a subject, right? And polluted is the verb. So there is no inversion. Second case of inversion happens in short sentences. Short sentences of direct speech. When the reporting verb comes after the direct quote. After the direct quote. For example, when I say, I am happy, said she. Right. I can't go, answered Layla. Right. So, usually, when we find reporting verb after the quote, here in English, we put the verb then the subject. It's possible, right, to put the verb then subject in a case of inversion. Also, inversion happens with the structure of it plus to be plus phrase, or there plus to be plus phrase. Is the common, the last, if you can say, structure of the English simple sentence I have seen before. For example, when I say, it is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you. So here, we may think that it is subject, but no. It here is only an empty word. If you want to find the real subject, you must reverse the order of the words. And you read what? To meet you is nice. So to meet you here is the real subject, which comes after the verb is. Right. It is empty word. Also, there is no problem. There is no problem. So here also, you may think that there is a subject, but no, there also is empty word. Normally it's adverb of a place, but here it's an adverb, here it's empty word. So there is no place. If you want to find the real subject of this sentence, we should also here reverse the order of elements, and we read no problem is there. So no problem is real subject. Right. Is the verb. So here, as you see in the original sentence, we find is the verb coming before no problem real subject. Also, when negative adverbials, right, mainly negative adverbs or adverb phrases come at the beginning of a sentence in English to emphasize the speech. Here also we use inversion. We use inversion, especially with the adverbs like never, rarely, hardly, scarcely, barely, no sooner than, little, not hourly, nowhere, and so on. So these, when they come at the beginning of a sentence, we reverse, right, the order of elements, and we put the verb before. For example, I write, never had she seen such a beautiful view before. So never, not she had seen, right. Also, hardly had I got into bed when the phone rang. Hardly had I got, not I had got. Not only did he win. So, not only, not he did win. Did he win? But he also broke the record. Broke the record. Right. And also with all the other adverbs, the same inversion also. Also, we find inversion after nor. Nor, the conjunction of coordination when it joins two independent clauses. Right. What comes after nor, okay, should be reversed. For example, I write, he can't see, nor can he hear. He can't see, nor can he hear. Right. Also, we use inversion after neither when it occurs after a negative clause. For example, he hadn't done any homework, neither had he brought any of his books to class. Or, we didn't get to see the castle, nor did we see the cathedral. Also, after so, to express agreement. For example, I love Indian films. The other one says, so do I. I'm tired. The other one says, so am I. Also, we have the case of adverbials of a place, when they are placed also at the beginning of a sentence. For example, on the table, round the corner, don't know, and so on. For example, I write, on the table was the money we had gained. On the table, was the money we had gained. Right. Round the corner came the rioters. Round the corner came the rioters. So here always we find after these adverbials of places, right, inversion. The verb, then subject. Also expressions which begin with not. With not. Right? For example, Not for a moment did I think I would be offered the job. So I was amazed when I got it. Not for a moment did I think I would be offered the job. Right, here also we have inverted after not when it comes at the beginning of a sentence. Not till I got home. Not till I got home. Did I realize my wallet was missing. Did I realize my wallet was missing. Also, expressions begin with only. Right, only, of course, here at the beginning of a sentence again. Like only on, only in, only with, and so on. Right. Only by also. Only by chance had Jack discovered where the birds were nesting. Only by chance had Jack discovered where the birds were nesting. Had Jack. Only in this way was he able to defeat his fear. Only once could we go to the cinema when we were on holiday. Only once could we go. Could we go. Right. Only then did I grasp what had happened. Only then did I grasp what had happened. And as you see, always we put after them full stop. Here it's not. It is similar to the interrogative structure, but at the end we don't put question marks here. In all the cases of inversion here. Right. Because these are statements with inverted or reversed elements. They are not questions, except in the common questions. Good. Also, after so plus edge plus that, or such plus be, right, plus that. Example, when I write, he is so neat that his boss always praises him. We can here write the sentence in different way with inversion, and we write, so neat is his work. So neat is his work that his boss always praises him. Always praises him. Right. Also, we have inversion in conditional sentences in English, especially when you find, right, in this sentence of condition, where, should, or past perfect. Or past perfect. In certain cases, to emphasize hypothetical, right, condition by omitting if. Right, by omitting if. Right, for example, I write, if I were rich, I would travel. Now, if you want to use inversion here, we remove if and replace it with inversion. And we write, were I rich, I would travel. Were I rich, I would travel. Also, if I had known his name, I would have called him by it. Right. Had I known his name, I would have called him by it. Right. So, in the case of inversion with conditionals, right, we remove if and replace its clause, right, with an inverted, right, or inversion. Also, when we find at the beginning of sentences the structure of preposition plus now, like at no time, in no way, on no account, under no circumstances, right? For example, under no circumstances, did she find herself obliged to leave? Did she find herself obliged to leave? Right. Also, at the end, last case is with the two adverbs of place, which are here and there. In English also, we may begin a sentence with here and there when they come at the beginning of a sentence, and we use after them inversion. For example, I say, here comes the bus. Here comes the bus, or here came the bus. Here came the bus. Also, there stood the champion. There stood the champion. Right. So all these are different cases of inversion in English, in which the speaker or the writer can begin first with the verb, then subject, right, to emphasize a particular meaning in that sentence, right, especially in the part of the inversion, right. I hope that you have benefited from this straightforward lecture about inversion, but the commonest cases in English is always when you find, or usually, the subject, then the verb, right, then the verb. Thank you so much and see you in another lesson.